What's up, YouTube? I just finished installing my S475 overstock WC Fab compound kit, and I couldn't find much information at all on the internet, so I figured some stuff might be helpful to somebody else, or kind of what I did that might help you. Before I get the truck totally put back together, figured I'd open up my video app and show you what I saw. I'm going to need the plow here soon on the ATV, so we got to get this truck up and going and get it all done. So the kit installed. I mean, there's a lot of little things to do, but installed pretty good. First things first, the AC refrigerant lines and the oil dipstick tubing were a pretty big pain in the butts to kind of move out of the way. These aluminum lines, like, they're malleable, but they can kink. If they kink, they'll leak. You got threaded fittings in there too, just a lot of little bends. Same thing with this. You've got your dipstick reading thing down inside, and if this bends too tight, you can't get it out. So I'm not super happy where it's located at now, but I just kept running into kinking issues with it over by the transmission dipstick, so I have it here for now, and it works. One thing I kind of deviated from, I've had this for a while. This is a fuel filter relocation kit. It's from the guys at Western Diesel, and it works beautifully. Comes with a harness extension so you can mount everything over here off of your AC compressor, and works fantastic. So I kept that. But the harness, the factory harness, ended up becoming a big pain in the butt. Everything was stretched so tight to try and maneuver stuff around. On the inside of all of these plastic insulations, all the little sensor wires are like electrical taped together, so I had to open them all up, get the electrical tape out, kind of reroute some stuff in a different way, and I mean, it ended up working fine, but I had to open up the harness and really get some wires. I got it to where, you know, stuff isn't too tight where it's pulling on it. I got a little bit of slack, but not too much. It's all pretty tight. The harness actually was not on top like it is now. It used to be underneath the coolant line here, the main coolant line. If you can see that fitting right there, it's coolant fitting. I'm not sure what it goes to, maybe the turbo, but anyway, I had to remove the main coolant line from the thermostat housing. I had to remove that little hose off of that plug, and I was able to get this harness on top of the coolant line. It was underneath, and no way it was going to fit over to where it needed to go, so I got it up on top and got myself some extra playroom. So I did that, and the one thing I had to take out, which I'll show you, I kind of deviated from the instruction manuals for this. I honestly didn't even understand it, but what you have is you have to remove this guy. What it is it connects from right there to your heater core, which is right there. And there's two 5/8 by 5/8 barb adapters, barb fittings. The instructions initially, I didn't completely understand it. I think it wants you to block this off and somehow take that fitting down there and route it to your thermostat housing somewhere, but I don't see where you're gonna do it or what, so I'm just like, I just went and got, it came with a 5/8 piece of hose, which is the size that I needed, and I just needed to buy that extra barb fitting. Ran it to there, a couple hose clamps, called it good. So that is one place that I kind of changed some stuff up. Another place is, so this is the oil return fitting that goes to the turbo pedestal. Had some leftover 5/8 heater hose. I cut open and just kind of fit it around the hose to kind of protect it from rubbing up against the frame rail. Check out my video on the Duramax, the D-Max store oil pan. You can see it down there. I did not opt for the one that went with the kit. I bought the D-Max store one. Check out that video because there's some definite reasons why I went with this one instead. But so there's that. One other thing, you can see there the factory pipe. I just have a band-aid clamp I'm going to connect, but what I'm going to do is probably right here or right here. I have a 4-inch V-band, weld-on V-band clamp kit, and I'm not going to keep it like that. I mean, why would you pay all this money just to have a stupid band-aid clamp holding your exhaust together? If you weld that, this whole pipe is not coming off. I don't see how you could possibly get this off if that's welded. So I'm going to weld on a V-band right here. I don't want to do it there because I don't want to risk any kind of water splashing on it with all the salt and stuff that we have here in Montana. I don't want it to just kind of rust away. So being up here more close to the engine bay, it should be fine. Very close to where the factory V-band clamp is. So I'm going to do that. A couple other things to mention. So this would be the turbo pedestal. You can see 2 bolts there on the left. You can see 2 bolts there on the right. The lower 2 bolts are your grounding lugs to ground to the block, and those screws or those bolts come out nice and easy. The top 2, those threaded holes are just open up to the atmosphere. There's nothing there, and with over 200,000 miles on this truck, it was rusty, there was gunk in it, it was not fun. About 4 times a day I applied PB Blaster and then WD-40. So PB Blaster, WD-40, PB Blaster, WD-40. About 2, 3, 4 hours apart, a couple days prior to securing the turbo pedestal, and it went in there nice and easy. But you're going to want to do that, or you're going to have a very tough time getting those bolts in. It's just not going to play nice. Something else I wanted to mention. So this is the intermediate pipe that connects to the factory hot side, the exhaust side of the factory charger. It came with Allen bolts, which I think I got one here. They're quality bolts. They have Allen heads, and I don't know how you're gonna secure those down with Allens. You cannot get an Allen in there. If you can, good for you. What I did was I went and bought some 10 millimeter coarse thread bolts. I got hex heads, and then I got them a little long and just kind of studded it for the heck of it, to make sure it's nice and secure. So I think there's 17 millimeter hex heads with 10 millimeter threads. So I got all four sides done on that, and that turned out really good. But yeah, I was messing with those Allens for probably 10 minutes. I'm just like, forget this, and I just went and bought some hex heads, and then some washers. So there's that. Let's see, I already mentioned that guy has to come out. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I had to do to make this guy work, and I don't think so. I think in a nutshell that was it. I am planning on buying the WC Fab full-size charger pipe, so I'm gonna do that. I saw the HSP thermostat housing kit, which kind of comes out and replaces the thermostat housing, which looks cool, but I can think of some pros and cons about that kit, and I'm not sure that I want to do it or not. I'm gonna kind of weigh my options, but other than that, I'm all finished up with this guy. It runs so smooth, so sweet. I'm super happy the way everything kind of came together. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and message me. I'd be happy to get back to you with them. Other than that, let's see here. Yeah, nothing left but to get that lower stuff back on. So anyway, guys, any questions, shoot them on over. Other than that, keep on trucking.